What's up? And we're back in the studio. We'll get you your Andy Glaze finish. Don't worry, but we have a very, very special guest here, Mika Thewes. Yeah, she was our third place finisher. I know she had an epic adventure out there, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
Welcome to the studio. And if people have questions for Mika, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And we are going to be popping back in with our runners here that are about to finish up. We have number 56, who is Christopher Staub. He's on the screen right now. And then we have 217, Ryan Bailey, also about to finish, and Andrew Glaze is also about to come into the finish. So we've got all three of them heading in toward the finish line right now.
And for those of you just tuning in, I'm Shelby Farrell, ShelbsF on Instagram, 2021 Cocodona 250 finisher, and I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Bree Grigsby. You can find me on Instagram at Dr. Bree Running MD.
And over here, Mika with a 79:30, 12-second, or let me say that again, 79-hour, 30-minute, 12-second finish. She was our third place female, and she's experienced this race before, so I bet you have some cool compare and contrast from the 2 years here.
This was my third one.
Third year. Sorry,
year,
Mika.
yeah.
I ran it the first year too, so that was a very different year.
Very different
Obviously.
year with about 7 extra miles on it.
And just, yeah, I do like the climb out of Sedona a lot better now than before. That one was rough originally.
Yeah, it's interesting how different parts of the course hit different depending on where you're at with your sleep deprivation and,
Yeah.
So tell us about your race. It was a riveting one to watch. I know we all thought that you were out and then you were back in, and yeah. Run with it. Tell me.
Yeah, so obviously things did not go according to plan. I was shooting for like sub 70, but I just was feeling pretty good, and then just had I had some stomach issues all race, so I was doing a lot of liquids, and then I started eating again, and I ended up throwing up at Walnut a bunch. And when I got back out there, I was with my friend who was pacing me, and so about 2 weeks before the race, I fractured my elbow, and so I was told not to fall on it. So I was trying to be careful all race, and within probably about 6 miles after the aid station, I fell and hit my arm, and then was just thrown off, I think, from the lack of nutrition and fluids, having lost everything, and ended up falling like 2 minutes later. And this time I didn't hit my arm, but my face directly hit the ground on my chin. And so I punctured the inside of my mouth, and so I was like bleeding out of my mouth, and was worried I had broken something. And I got a massive adrenaline rush, so I was able actually to like hike another couple miles, but then I just crashed, and I was like just on the ground, and I didn't think I could keep going.
This was just Ryan Bailey running into the finish line here. Great job, Ryan. Strong race.
Okay, back to this.
So I thought I was going to have to drop out. So I ended up going back to a hotel and sleeping. And when I got up, I wasn't nearly as swollen as I thought I would be. Everything seemed relatively okay. So I just asked Steve if he would let me finish, and he was nice and said yes. So went back out there to where I had dropped. And
amazing. I mean, it's a rule with Cocodona 250. If you want to go to a hotel room, all you have to do is check out and come back to course on that location. So it absolutely makes sense that you're able to hop back in, and we are grateful that you did.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, obviously it wasn't what I wanted the race to be, but it was nice to not have a DNF.
Absolutely. So. How long do you think you slept for in that hotel room?
I mean, I must have. At least like 8 or 9 hours. I must have been.
Big chunk.
Because I didn't eat, I didn't do much. Like I really just slept, and then when I woke up, I yeah, it was pretty much all just, I passed right out when
Did
we
you
got
shower
there.
or anything?
I did shower. Yeah, I showered and then I just passed out.
And then woke up a new person.
Pretty much. So
that's incredible. What was your mentality like coming back on course? Were you looking at the leaderboard? Did you?
I had no idea where anyone
Really?
was. No, I was just like, oh, like, oh, I'm not doing anything today. Like my people that were crewing me were working. So I'm like, I may as well just go finish. So just, and obviously I'd been annoyed that I had that happen the night before. So I just ran, like not like pushing, but like, just was like treating it like a shakeout run, I guess.
Oh, Mika.
Number 56, Christopher Staub, just came in. And this is Andrew Glaze here again, about to come in shortly.
I think his follow cam is Matt Feldake, Airvipa's marketing director, too. Look at how, I didn't know Matt could run that fast. That's amazing.
Andrew's running quite fast himself. I heard some stories about your fast splits down Eldon. Goodness.
It's wonder what like solid 8 hours of sleep will get you.
It's amazing.
Shakeout run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the fastest segment on that downhill for a while, and then we were kind of hyping it up on the live stream, and I think people started chasing it. It's good. Add a little competition.
Has anybody gone faster though?
I think some guys did.
Really?
We got Andy.
Here's Andy.
Pulling into his Cocodona 250 finish.
Woohoo!
4-time finisher.
Yes.
Yes.
Andrew Glaze right there, folks.
Oh my gosh, that smile. Nothing but smiles. Oof.
Someone in the chat says 174 is flying down the mountain. I wonder if they're going for trying to break Mika's time there. I think it was 120 that you ran down in, something like that. There's something very fast.
Yeah, it was really fast.
Okay.
Crazy what 8 hours of sleep can do after not sleeping very much. What was your sleep prior to that?
It was probably about 25 minutes.
Okay.
I got a 15-minute nap. The first night was a little rough. So I slept at Iron King, and then I slept in Sedona.
Cool. Were you sleeping on the cots provided at the aid stations or in a van or something?
Sedona was very, very nice to sleep in. Definitely felt like I got some quality sleep there. But at Iron King, since it's so small, I think I just sat in the front seat of the car. But
did you pick up any crystals in Sedona?
I did not. They had them at the aid station last year.
I think
they had them this year too.
I didn't see
Yeah,
them.
I didn't
took one
either.
last year.
But yeah.
I love that.
Heard that they did.
Yeah, the aid stations are incredible, and thank you to all of the volunteers that have dedicated hours of their life to go out there and help these runners do this incredible feat. What was your favorite aid station? Like, they all had different vibes. Was there a vibe that you ran in and you were like, yeah, these guys know what's up?
Oh, man. I mean, it's... Gosh. Like, it's always nice when you see, like, the people you know at the aid stations, right? So, like... It was great going into like Crown King because like some of the photographers were there, and I've known them for a while from just doing these for so long. And then Howie was at Munns, which was fun, but yeah, I mean all the aid stations were really great and very smooth, and I mean I do like the crystals at Sedona. I wish I had gotten to pick some up.
I'm sorry, I wish I had one for you.
Some people were asking about what your nutrition was like. What was your nutrition strategy?
Yeah, so I don't usually have too many stomach issues, but I did this year. And so, yeah, the first night was really bad because I think I don't usually have crew, but I had crew this year. And they brought me some, I think the Thai food upset my stomach. I had Thai food that first night at Whiskey Row. And then that whole night was just brutal. And then the next morning I switched to liquid calories, and I got some scratch from a friend's crew. They just gave me his stuff. And so I was doing mostly liquids through the second day, and then slowly started adding more solids back in. But yeah, then I had the throw up. So usually I just, I'm vegan, but I eat a lot of gluten type snacks like the boba bars and PB&Js, always a lot of those. And yeah, mostly real food typically, but this year was very different.
Yeah, what was it like climbing out of that well of puke? I mean, it's just like it happens, and sometimes you feel better after, but sometimes it takes a little while to shake that off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you kind of move past it eventually?
Well, I didn't puke until walnut. Like I was having
Okay.
issues before, but I didn't actually puke. But then walnut, and then obviously that was when I had my falls. So I don't know if I actually really ever recovered from that.
Yeah. Do you wish you puked sooner?
No, I don't think that would have helped.
Okay, got it. It's hard knowing when your stomach's upset and you're nauseous. It's like I just want it to go away, and yeah, I don't know.
Once I switched to liquids, it was pretty fine. Like I didn't have nausea anymore, but the solids were just upsetting my stomach if I tried to do them. But I was also doing some of the spring energy. I never eat like gels on the course typically, but yeah, I was doing like spring energy gels too, which was just strange. But for me anyway. But they're pretty good.
They are, and they're easy to get down, which is helpful. Super cool.
Yeah, and we've got a couple more finishers in the 125 about to come in, I believe.
Correct. I believe this is 556.
I think
Mike
right now we're looking at
Schleens.
Mike Schleens. Not sure if I'm saying his name right, but he is about to come in for the 125.
Let's go, Mike. We're here with Mika. It sounds like Mike, but it's not Mike. Our third place finisher. I'm really curious what the competitive energy was like between the top females in this race. You guys volleyed back and forth a few times. What were those passes like? Was it friendly, quiet?
The races like this are so long that like the first day or two like really don't matter that much. So like until like, probably mile like 150 at this race, I'm never really super concerned about my position. So at least on my end, I'm always just like, I think it's typically friendly. Like unless you're like really, I mean, I guess there are some women that feel like super competitive and maybe like weren't as friendly, but I like, there's so much time that like there's no reason to be worried about it too early on. So I mean it all seemed very friendly to me anyway.
That's good. Yeah, because when you're watching the tracker, you can't sense the emotion that's out there, and especially towards the end where you've been working so hard to maintain this place. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, and I never really come in with like a place goal. I always just have a time goal. And so then it's like, if there are women out there that have a faster time goal and manage to hit it, like good for them. But, if I can manage my time goal, I'm usually pretty happy.
That's an awesome attitude. So yeah, you're not really watching the leaderboard.
No, and I don't check it, and I tell my crew, like, don't tell me. I don't really care.
That's so cool.
Some people are wondering if you're going to come back again next year.
Like I don't know about next year because I have some other races going on, but I wanted to be done with this race this year, which I was like, I can get sub 70 and then just be done and not have to come back again. But since I didn't hit that, it's definitely, if it goes even like relatively smooth, I think it's definitely doable to, get sub 70. So I would like to come back and try again.
Coming back for the Cocodona. We've been calling it the Cocodona 1000, the 4-time finishers.
Oh, I love that. We were joking about Cocodona 500. What if you did it as an out and back?
Oh, yeah. That would be intense. I don't think I'd sign up for that. Where is this running in? It's really fast. Third place male, we are thinking, in the Eldon Crest race.
It's got to be a little wild for these 125 finishers and 250 finishers to have the Eldon Crest runners zooming past them.
Benjamin Lucas, I believe that was. Third place in the Eldon Crest.
Yeah, depending on state of mind, it could definitely be disheartening. But at least you know they are running a lot shorter.
Someone is wondering, Mika, if you were running with Jeff Garmeyer there for a while?
Yeah, Jeff and I ran together for a bit. That was fun.
What were his spirits like out there this year?
He's a very interesting person, and it's always just, I've talked to him before, obviously. He's also part of the John G. Field team, but yeah, he's just a funny guy. He was a lot of fun to run with. And his crew is the one that gave me the scratch, and so yeah, I wish I could have kept up with him, because every year he beats me by 1 or 2 spots. And so we're always right up there together. And I was right behind him in that last section before I stopped. So it was a bummer that I didn't get to run in with him. Together. But we were we both were trying to kind of stay around each other. But yeah, we'll see if he's run it every year, so he has to keep coming back, right?
He keeps getting 6th place, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's very funny. I know, he also went under the course record this year, and he still ended up in 6th place.
Magic.
This race is just getting crazy.
We saw a lot of really cool John G gear out there. A lot of comments in the chat of loving your John G sun shirt. What was your favorite piece of gear that you were rocking?
Yeah, I love the sun shirts. I switched to wearing sun shirts last year at races, and they're just so great. And the John G ones are really lightweight and fit super well. And then I do actually really like their shorts. They have a couple great shorts.
Lots of pockets.
Yeah, lots of pockets. And one of my other very favorite things is their Mercury joggers for night. And they also have the ones with I forget what they're called, but with the zippers on the sides. Mm-hmm. And those were super useful because I had to do one of the water crossings at night. And so, but I didn't want to wear shorts, and I also didn't want to have wet pants. So I just unzipped them and shoved them up and was able to cross the water without getting soaking wet.
Oh, that's nice. And then your cold legs, you have a cozy pant to pull down.
Yeah.
Once it dries a little. And
so I always used to run in tights, and then I switched to running in pants, and I've been liking it a lot more at nighttime.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try those. They sound very functional.
Yes, for sure.
Did you have a favorite section on the course? You've run it 3 times now, so you've had time to think about it.
The first year, I really liked, once we got up to the plateau, the trails on the other side that the race doesn't go on anymore. That was probably my favorite part of the course the first year. And then now, I really like the section out of Sedona now. It's so nice. It's so flowy at first, and then that climb is beautiful. It kind of sucks once you get up there a little bit, but it's totally worth it for that first part of the section.
Yeah, that's a good section. I've paced that section the last 2 years now.
Nice.
So.
But
this is a great question that just came in from one of our amazing other commentators. Did she know she was 2 hours under men's CR, 200 some miles in?
I don't really look at the time when I'm racing. I know about what time of day I should be places, so I didn't know where I was according to that, but I was definitely trying to finish by a certain time of day. So
Yeah, I like that method. Like, okay, I'm supposed to arrive at this aid station while the sun's still out in the afternoon. Like, you can visualize the lighting as you're moving through the course. And I think that does sort of help keep you on track and also run in a really honest and free way versus.
yeah, I'm not like a super numbers person, and I don't like to be like super obsessed with like my splits and my times. Like, I just, for these long races, like I feel like it wears on me too much. So I like to be a little more just like in the moment, and I just, whether I'm in racing just based on effort level. So I'm not like pushing too hard or taking it too easy, and then just kind of see where I end up. Because I know what I can do, and so, yeah, just knowing about what time of day I should be at places and see if I'm on that or not. I mean, all of my time goals are total guesses, so I think I was talking to one person, and I was like, I won Bigfoot twice, 2021 and 2023, and my time goal was
122 and 556.
Mike Schleens just came in. That was 5:56, who we just saw, and now we're following 5:44. Iris Cooper also came in, number 422. The two of them came in together, and then we're just about to see number 544, David Quivy, coming in. That's who we're on right now.
But yeah, so for that race, and just based on like weather and course and everything, like one year I finished 76 hours, and the next I was 58, and both years I was shooting for the same goal, 65. So like wildly off both years, but that's what happens at these races. You never really know how it's going to pan out.
No, you just need to be flexible and know that you're trying your best every step of the way. And it's so interesting to hear the different perspectives of runners, because I think that I've erred on the leaderboard checking side of things, and I don't think it's necessarily helped me. So it's very inspiring to hear from individuals that fully trust in their process and know that, okay, maybe my time goals will be slightly off, but this is a long game, and you can keep trying to like pull it together. And
yeah, exactly. There's a lot you can come back from and recover from, and yeah, as long as you're not really blowing yourself up, like yeah, it's good to just kind of see what you can do and just try your best, I guess.
I'm curious, how long does it usually take you to recover from this distance? Because, I've run this race once, and that was my only 200 plus miler. And it took me a long time to recover. So I'm just curious, like, what that process looks like for you.
Yeah, there's definitely like different levels. So like in terms of like physically recovering, like muscle and like my feet are usually the most beat up thing. So once my feet are good, I'm pretty much good to be running again. Like exhaustion wise, like a week or two, like just you get these just like waves of exhaustion, which can be hard to deal with. And so last year I did 200s. I had about 3.5 weeks between them.
wow.
And like and some of the other races used to be really close together for the old Triple Crown. They were about the same time. But I've never actually done the Triple Crown. But and I thought I was feeling good. I did a week of biking, and then I did another week of running and was feeling strong. And then I get to the first uphill at the second race, and I just was like, my legs are dead.
Oh, no.
I was like, this is going to be rough. And I thought I was fully recovered, but clearly not.
Yeah, recovery also is not linear. I've realized, sometimes you feel worse later on than you did closer to the race, and it can be different, I'm sure, with every race too.
Yeah, definitely. Like there are some races that, like 200s, because that's pretty much what I do, where like my feet just get insanely swollen for like 5 days. But like after Cocodona, like my feet usually don't swell too bad. So it's just like weird how like this one, like, certain races you're like, well, I know my feet are going to be swollen after that race, but after a different race, they could be totally fine. So,
Yeah, I've been there. Like, finished Cocodona, my feet were huge. Finished the speed project solo, 290 miles, and I felt like I was ready to party after. And I think so much of it has to do with how you're taking care of yourself along the way, not even talking about foot care, but when you're sitting down at an aid station, like, are you elevating your feet? Like, little things add up. So, yeah, I don't know, are there any like little tricks that you'd like to share with us?
yeah, I don't know if I have any tricks necessarily, but for sure, like, it's just with all the races being so different. Like, I have a very set system for how I do my feet, and I've always done it that way, and I always will do it that way. So I definitely take a lot of time paying attention to them. But it's like these desert races, like, there are certain races like Bigfoot and Tahoe that I get through and I have 0 blisters because my foot system works so well. But whenever I race in the desert, like, I feel like the sand just chews up my feet. So I always end up with a couple blisters. I have about I think I had like 3 or 4 during the race, smaller ones, so not like a super big deal. But just like the sand is so rough. It's so hard out here. But yeah, definitely I like to just keep my feet as clean as I can throughout the race and change socks every aid station. But some people don't ever change their socks and they never get blisters, so it's really dependent on the person.
Yeah, feet are particularly weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have Jenny Chisholm coming close to the finish here. Chisholm, sorry, said that wrong. Yeah, so
The whole
a lot of people are excited about that.
Out here, just crushing it. It's amazing to see.
We've seen 2 of her sons already finish the race, and now she'll be finishing very shortly.
It's going to be a happy family finish line reunion, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you going to stick around and watch your John G teammate, Callie Vinison, finish her race?
Oh, definitely. I checked her tracker this morning, but I don't actually know
Where's
exactly where she
Callie at
is.
now?
Let's do a little Callie check while we're chilling here. Looks like
226.5 is the last spot that I'm seeing.
Awesome.
Should be at Walnut shortly.
Yeah, so almost to Walnut Canyon.
Awesome. Yeah, I think she DNF'd last year.
And currently we've got number 544, David Quivy finishing.
David Quivy.
Good job, David.
61 years old from Sedona, Arizona. It must be really neat running through your home stomping grounds.
Yeah.
This might be Jenny.
Is this Jenny? Wow, whoever it is booking it.
She looks really good and ready to finish.
Yeah, it is.
It
Yeah,
is.
okay,
Confirmation.
this is Jenny. Looking great, looking fresh.
I'd love to hear more about this family. Do they train together? I think I probably have notes somewhere, but it would be so cool to get them all in for an interview.
Yeah, Jenny's son, Brody, was our youngest Cocodona finisher at age 17. Amazing accomplishment.
Mika, when did you get into this? Could you imagine running Cocodona 250 at age 17?
I started it, I think I did my first one when I was 24,
Okay.
back in 2015. So, at the time, I was very young for the sport because it was just getting started. But there weren't any teenagers running them back then. There are now, but 24 was definitely very young.
Yeah, the sport's definitely growing, seeing a lot of younger people getting into it. And then we still have, a lot of older people. We have the oldest finisher is going to be 73 years old, I believe.
It's amazing.
Incredible. I hope I'm still up there doing this when I'm 73.
Me 3.
Yeah, I've actually met a couple of like teenagers that have either tried or finished the 200 distance, and it's just something else.
Yeah. Wow, Jenny is running strong.
What an accomplishment. So it sounds like, Mika, when you come back, you are going to be aiming for that sub 70 mark.
Gotta try one more time at least.
Gotta
keep trying until I hit it.
It'll be so epic to see the women's CR continue to come down. I mean, the men's too, but no. Shout out to the ladies. Like, let's keep raising the bar.
Yeah, hopefully, in future years, we keep getting more fast women signing up, because it's so great to have people to race against to push the times up. Last year, Sarah, Eliza, and I were going back and forth until Walnut. But really Todd Hill, I fell apart by Todd Hill, but up through Todd Hill, we were all just flip-flopping and really trying to get ahead of each other. So I think that really helped the race last year. That was fun.
Yeah. I guess what would be the biggest differences you've experienced between the 3 times you've ran Cocodona?
Well, I think I said this before the race too, is I've just never had a smooth year. So something different seems to go horribly wrong every time I try. So yeah, just you never know what's going to go wrong. But just trying to control what you can. But yeah, last year, even though I knew better, I just completely messed up on sleep and didn't sleep enough, and then just fell apart. And then this year it was, I don't know, it must have been nutrition for the fall. I mean, it was the fall, but and then that first year was just a disaster all around.
Hey, that's ultra running for you. You got to learn as you go and keep fine tuning. And I think that's why the sport is a little bit addicting, because you always know that you can just do a little bit better or a lot of bit better depending on the day.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you definitely learn a lot as you go. It just sucks when you have to learn the same lesson multiple times. You're I know better. I know what I'm doing, and then of course you do the exact same thing wrong. It's a little frustrating, but
yeah, I feel you. You got this. You got this sub 70. It's gonna happen.
yes, for
And
sure.
we will be rooting hard for it.
Yes, and if not me, then I'm sure other women will come to chase it, and hopefully this year where a couple of us are all going for it and can do pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm excited. So for everyone listening, where can people go to follow you, keep track of your adventures?
Yeah, so I'm not super active on social media. I'm not really big into it. I post occasionally. I do have an Instagram. My handle is Sugar Crash Vegan. And the only social media I'm super active on is Strava.
Yeah, you and Arlen Glick both.
But so yes, Strava is definitely, if you really want to keep tabs on my running, I post everything onto Strava. But and then John G obviously will post a lot of content, and so also the Run John G pages on Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah, John G killed it with the content. It's just so clear that they love their athletes, and love to see the content that they posted. The fact that you guys did a photo shoot prior to this event and had images of you, Jeff, and Callie all together I thought was really cool.
Yeah, the planning was nice. They did the same thing. There was a couple of us that did Boston a couple of weeks before, and so they got those group shots and then these group shots. So
yeah, shout out to Kyla. I believe she's their content director or
Yeah, she's
something of the sort.
it's such a small company that everyone does a bunch of stuff, but she's like the athlete manager, so she's the person we're always talking to, and she's really great.
She's really great. I got to meet her at Black Canyon 100K this year, and
Nice.
that was cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people out running that one, and that's actually, we did the photo shoot right after. So I wasn't at the race, but I came down right after, and some of the other runners were pretty torn up from that. I heard it was a rough year with the mud.
Here comes Jenny
that's
right
fun.
now with the whole family running with her, it looks like. Oh,
Go, Jenny.
amazing. She did such a great job just crushing that final stretch. Wow.
Scott Rokas zooming in to get the family shots. Ah, nice angle. Oh. Yeah, I have so many questions for them. Did they use the same crew for this race, or did they each have
I have
different
no
crews?
idea.
It looks like they have a pretty solid support group around them right now. But yeah, logistically getting multiple family members across a finish line of this magnitude is quite incredible.
Lots
Team
of
effort.
Mother's Day wishes going out to Jenny in the chat. People saying a early happy Mother's Day. What a way to celebrate.
Yeah. What a rad mom.
Running a 250-mile race with your sons. How about that?
Yeah. I know my mom won't be signing up soon.
Mine won't be either. No. She will never sign up.
My mom's coming around to the idea.
No
You
way,
going to get
really?
your mom to run it with you?
I paced her at her first 100, and I did her
Wow.
first 50 with her, because she's run since I was a little kid, but I think she's getting on board with the idea of 200.
Sweet.
So I'm very
That's the goal.
excited.
Next time you come back to Cocodona, you got to bring your mom with you.
Yes, I'll be locked into crewing and supporting as much as I can for that. I owe her a lot in
Yeah.
return, so it'll be definitely fun to pace her and crew her.
169.
Wow, we just had another finisher come in. 169. Damn real fine. It's Justin Wadsworth.
Great job, Justin. Looks like we've got several more people like getting close to the finish line. We've got Samuel Cooper approaching, number 167.
Maybe him.
Let's see, can we see a number here? I can't quite see a number.
He's definitely Cocodona though. I think it is 167.
Yeah, Samuel Cooper.
Cruising.
All right. Shortly behind him, we're going to have a couple of Sedona Canyon's 125 finishers. Casey Rifkin is coming in shortly.
That may be 453 actually. Oh no, no.
And then Christopher Gloxian should be coming in shortly as well.
Amazing. All right, Mika, do you have any final words you'd like to share with everyone tuning in right now? Drop some wisdom. No
I don't
pressure.
know. I've been doing this for a long time, so I definitely feel like I'm getting old. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy how much the sport has changed in the last. Gosh, I did my first one in 2015, so 9 years. So it's just it's a great community, and I know all the people I know a lot of the people that were there at the beginning, and it's just great seeing new people join in and add to the sport, and just embrace the spirit of it. Yeah, like we did in the beginning. I mean, there's a lot more information than we had back in the early days, so that's definitely helpful for new people getting in. But yeah, it's just great to see all the interest, and like faster people doing it and faster times getting thrown down. I mean, the men's race this year was insane, so that was super exciting.
And really intense.
Yeah, I wrote down some stats from Run Repeat State of Trail Running 2022 report, because it is wild how much trail running has grown in the last 10 years. In fact, it's grown 231% in the last 10 years. Trail runners have never been older, with an average age of 39.5 years old in 2000 to now it's okay, sorry, it was 37.7 years old in 2000. Now it's 39.5. So that's very exciting as I'm getting deeper into my 30s.
Yeah. Wow, I'm younger than average still.
Right? There's so much hope left for us. Female participation has grown from 13% in 1997 to 46% in 2022.
I'm all about that.
So yeah, we still have work to do, but thanks to awesome athletes like Mika, we gotta just keep inspiring the ladies to toe the line.
Especially in these longer distances.
I know her. This is this is Alexa Hasman. She is a coach for uphill athlete. Really, really awesome girl. My friend Alyssa Clark, Theory in Motion on Instagram, she's a very talented runner, was pacing her for many miles, and I got some very silly pictures from these two. So it looks like Alexa's made it to the Eldon Crest aid station. Keep going, Alexa.
Awesome. Yeah, I've met Alyssa Clark. She's super nice.
She's amazing. I could see her coming out and crushing this race too.
Didn't she do one of the other ones? She did like Moab.
Yeah, I believe she won Moab one year.
Awesome. She could definitely do this one.
Yeah.
Great. We're super well.
I'm gonna go hunt her down after this and get some coffee and hear about her pacing stories, because no matter how awesome your runner is, there's always going to be stories after spending hours on end with them in the woods. Yeah, Alyssa was actually supposed to pace her from, Fort Hill to the finish. And I got a text from her last night, like, we found another pacer to come in at Walnut Canyon, because that would have been a long, long stretch at this pace.
Mm.
Did your pacers do like shorter chunks with you, or did you combine sections?
Yeah, I don't usually run with pacers, so it was interesting to plan it out a little bit more. I did longer sections for sure. I think the first night it was probably around 30 miles, and then second night was maybe 30, and then Mike paced me those ones, and then Joel did one section from Mingus to Jerome.
That's a fun one.
That was like a shorter one.
Rocky
but then he
downhill.
was actually supposed to pace me Todd Hill to the finish. But yeah, so I'm glad I had someone with me at the time.
Yeah.
But yes, very happy. I had some people out this time, but yeah, it's definitely interesting, the difference between racing solo and racing with pacers and crew.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got Christopher Gloxian coming in here, number 453 in the Sedona Canyons 125.
I love his outfit.
Yeah,
Nice and
very
bright.
colorful. Like kind of Christmassy with the green shorts, the red shirt. Running strong. And I think he's going to be followed shortly by another 250 finisher, Aaron Reed, number 37.
Here he goes. Right
Great
in the
job,
corner.
Christopher.
All right, they got their classic finish back. The courthouse traffic situation has ended.
no, I was wondering what was going on over there.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Christopher.
Woo, woo.
So Brett's wife had his baby? Brett Horning?
'Before too long, we should be seeing Aaron Reed.
Mika, where are you from again?
I live outside of Denver in Golden, Colorado.
Oh, cool, cool. When do you head back to Colorado?
I'll be heading back tomorrow. I'm going to stop and see a friend in Carbondale and go back over. But I'm originally from the Midwest, so definitely can't claim to be a Colorado native. We're all transplants there.
Yeah, I'm sure you fit in great.
I do feel a little stereotypical sometimes in Denver.
Where in the Midwest are you from?
Michigan?
Okay.
Ooh.
I grew up mostly in Ohio.
Okay.
So,
What
yeah,
area?
Outside of Dayton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some pretty trees and forest over there, right?
Yeah, you know, I was just kind of fed up with the weather. When I was 18, I got out of there, but
Oh.
I don't like cold.
I don't either.
So I live in Arizona for a reason.
Yes. No, it's definitely nice in the drier climates where the snow melts a lot faster and you actually have like sunny days in the winter.
Mhm.
Curious where Alexa has been just when she kind of like walked around that tent.
Porta pot. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a good guess. It's a good guess.
Is this
that's
this
the-
Aaron?
I think so, but
All right.
on that.
Aaron Reed. We think that's who this is. He's from Medford, Oregon.
Oh no, this is
Oh no.
looks like an Eldon Crest runner.
Oh no, this is an Eldon
Yeah, I
Crest
was going to
runner.
say, he
Okay.
doesn't have a pack on. It's got to be an Ellen Gretz runner. Imagine.
Made the
running-
pacer just carry that pack.
Yeah.
Is this Eric? Maybe this is Eric.
I'm not looking at Eldon Crest. They're just not all on the same. We should have Aaron here shortly.
Gosh, Eldon Crest is kind of tempting.
Yeah. I know if I wasn't always like crewing or pacing, maybe I'd run it.
Maybe you could just crew and pace like Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday, and then take.
And then take off and
Thursday. Actually, what day is it? Friday. Yeah.
I feel like I've definitely heard of people's crews doing that.
mhm.
Yeah.
So
I guess it just depends on how competitive you want to be in the race. But
true.
yeah, I mean, I'd happily run it sleep deprived after crewing somebody. Just no, it's not going to be my fastest time.
Someone in the chat says that this is Anton.
I don't.
I'm thinking this is Eric, if he's bib number 701, but I can't tell for sure.
Right on, dude. Good
Good
finish.
finish, yeah. And hopefully we'll have some footage of Aaron pretty soon here. Our next Cocodona 250 finisher coming up.
Gosh, I love this footage. I think we just saw a bird fly by, or it was another drone. I don't know. But
can see someone else. I'm not sure who that is that we're capturing right now.
There's a lot of people on Eldon.
A lot of people on Eldon right now.
James Schwartz.
Looks so flat from above.
I know.
Yeah.
We were looking at, I think it was while Joe was finishing, and you just could not tell if he was running up or down.
Yeah, it's hard to appreciate like how steep and technical some of this terrain is without actually like seeing it in person. And also to appreciate like how absolutely gorgeous it is. Pictures and can't quite do it justice, I think.
Yeah.
No. And I think your emotions while you're in it too just amplify that beauty, especially in Sedona where those red rocks are out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think this is Aaron.
Aaron, do we finally have Aaron on the camera?
Yeah.
All right, this is Aaron. Aaron Reed is coming in for his 250-mile finish. See if we can hear anything. Aaron from Medford, Oregon.
We got some audio. We can hear you.
Looking good, Aaron.
We have the audio now. You didn't have it before. All right. You gotta repeat everything you just said.
All my friends and my family at home. I love you guys. And you never have to hear about this. So I bet you're as happy about it as I am. What a freaking ride.
What a freaking ride.
Been outside
Well,
a
from
while,
Aaron.
guys. We've all been outside a while. Damn. That was not me. Good job. Thank you, my friend. Like I said, everybody, I've been running the whole time. I didn't stop. I was selective on my pace. You know, there's no really walking involved in this kind of event. Stuff as long as I can.
It's all running, no?
Run, yeah.
It's like 7 minute mile all there.
Yeah. It's kept going on. I'm sure you know that. No, I'm not trying to. Oh, there she is.
Is it?
All right. Let's get it, hombres. All
There
right.
it is. Sounds like that finish line crowd is growing. If you're not doing anything today and you live in Flagstaff, head down to Heritage Square and cheer these runners in.
That is Aaron Reed, just finishing the Cocodona 250.
I love how he said something to his family and friends that they'll never have to hear about this race again. I think that's what I heard. But I'm sure he's going to be talking about this race for the rest of his life because it is quite the experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still talk about it all the time, and it's been 2 years since I ran it.
Yeah, man. Same, and it's been even longer since I ran it. So.
Looks like our next Cocodona finisher to come in is going to be Ann Pike. So we'll look forward to seeing Ann here in a few minutes. And then we'll also have a Sedona Canyons 125 finisher, Rochelle Hintz, coming in pretty soon here.
Here's Ann for you.
Oh, do we have Ann?
Oh, we got Ann.
All right. Ann Pike. Ann is from Virginia, out here for the Cocodona 250. She is running it into the finish, looking strong. Go, Ann. It looks like she's talking to it. I can't hear what she's saying.
Can't hear you, Ann, but you look so happy.
On there.
I just love seeing happy runners come to the finish line. And sad runners, because I know they'll be happy eventually once they get over whatever's going on in their heads. But it's just such an accomplishment.
Got people out on the streets cheering.
Oh, it's so good to see. I'd love to see the finish of Cocodona take on like Boston Marathon vibes, where people have
Where all of Flagstaff
mimosas
comes
in their
out
front yard,
just-
and yeah.
This is Rochelle Hintz, 125.
All right, and we see Rochelle Hintz here. She's in the Sedona Canyons 125 race. Rochelle Hintz. Rochelle is from Wisconsin.
We really have seen runners from all over.
All over the place, yeah.
I am going to scoot out soon. My ride is almost here, and I'm ready for some lunch and coffee.
It's been awesome having you on, Shelby.
It's been so
Great
cool.
chatting.
Mika, did you
catching
know
up.
that I paced Bree when she ran Cocodona?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she paced me for a tough section through the night.
Really bonds people together.
Yep.
It was fun.
Some good memories for sure.
I learned some things from you too out there.
Oh, I don't know how that's possible, but all right.
I'll tell you about it off camera.
Okay. Uh-oh. Something we can't share with the audience. This is dangerous, folks.
It's not air bite, but after dark, so
Okay.
you know. But yeah, it's been so cool being able to be a part of the live stream and hang out in the studio with so many awesome runners. I will be back to this race.
Me too, eventually. I don't know when that's going to be. It might be not till I'm like 50 years old. So it might still be like another 13, 14 years, but
Maybe
eventually.
like 74, you could be the next oldest finisher.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm sure by then, we'll have racked up multiple like older finishers too.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And then this afternoon, Mercedes will be joining me again on the live stream here. So
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
you might get Carrie Henderson coming in around 2-ish for an interview. So I'm sure our interview list will keep growing as we accumulate more well-rested finishers who are capable of articulating their journey. Yeah, it does take time to process these things. So, yeah.
for sure.
Sweet. Well, all right. I'm actually gonna get up and leave now. But
Thanks for coming
I'm
on, Shelby.
Shelby Farrell. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube as Shelbs F. That's SHELBZZF because two Z's are more fun, obviously. Yeah, congratulations to all the runners out here. You are incredible.
Yay! And we've got Rochelle coming into the finish line right now. Yay, Rochelle. Great job finishing the Sedona Canyons 125. And Anne is shortly behind. Looks like running it in with a family member, perhaps.
Love seeing that.
Great job, Anne. Congratulations on finishing the Cocodona 250. Huge accomplishment.
Mika, you want to hop in this seat?
Awesome work, Anne. A few more people trickling in before too long here, so stay tuned to see some more finishers.